Hello and welcome. My name is Eddie Ambler.
And my name is Leo Alvarado.
We're Oracle product managers covering cloud database services encompassing Exadata database service and base database service, along with multi-cloud PM. Today, we will be exploring how to choose which cloud database service is right for you. We will learn how to select the best Oracle Cloud Database offering and deployment option that best meets your business and technical needs. The Oracle Cloud Database offerings will allow you to choose from small, medium, or large configurations and from co-managed or fully managed solutions. At the end of today's discussion, you should be able to articulate the following: obtain an understanding of the available Oracle Cloud Database offering, understand available Oracle Cloud Database deployment options, understand the available configuration options when using the Flex VM for base database deployments, understand when to use the Exadata Cloud Platform for hybrid cloud versus in the public cloud. And finally, understand the value characteristics of bring your own licenses, known as BYOL, versus using the license included deployment choices.
So in this session, we have also prepared some questions to help you choose which cloud database service is right for you. So for our first question is, do you know why people are moving to the cloud?
That's a great question. Organizations move databases to the cloud for many important reasons. Sometimes it's to satisfy the direction of their corporation, right? Some organizations have decided on a cloud-first mandate, or it's they need to be able to utilize cloud-native capabilities, or they want to modernize their applications architecture using the cloud, or they need to be in an environment that more easily supports the growth patterns that they project. And lastly, all organizations are looking for opportunities to reduce costs.
And do you know what cloud database services Oracle offers?
Another great question. The Oracle database offers a range of database services in the Oracle Cloud. The Oracle Database Cloud subscriptions range across the spectrum with service additions and automation levels that are designed to meet your SLAs. Our base database service offers both Oracle Database Standard Edition and Enterprise Edition models, which allows you to select from single instance or 2-node rack enterprise databases with this service. When you need more scale or performance, you can choose from our Exadata database service, which is available in the public cloud or on Cloud at Customer. And for those who want fully managed experience, you can choose from one of the autonomous database offerings as well. Let's take a look at the base database service. The base database service utilizes virtual machine DB systems. It's a set of shared computing resources with provision block storage that allows you to economically run a wide variety of database workloads and business applications. What do you get out of this? You get faster time to production. It's an exact copy of the Oracle database that's on premise, so it's very easy to port to the cloud. It has the ability to improve availability over other providers' Oracle solutions. So here, you'll notice that not only do you get your VM single instance, but you get Oracle RAC as well. And it encompasses an end-to-end security model, which allows you to provide a secure, isolated environment for your workloads.
So did you know that Oracle database is 100% portable to the cloud?
Now, this is an extremely important question, right? The portability is the key to reducing risk when moving to the cloud. It's the key to being able to plan a migration schedule that has the fastest time to market. Because it's portable, this means that you can have part of your solution on-premise, part of your solution in the cloud, whether it's the public cloud or in a cloud that exists behind your firewalls. The Oracle-based database service is 100% compatible because it runs the Oracle Converged database, which is a database that supports multiple data models that can be used in a pre-integrated format, right? So you're able to run any database workload. It has scale, as we talked about. You can spin up VMs that are as small as 2 vCPUs, all the way to 128 vCPUs on a single instance, and twice that amount if you spin up a 2-node active-active rack cluster. All right, with the ability to also deploy things like DataGuard, we're able to build any kind of reliability model, MAA model that we need, providing the right level of SLA for your HA and your disaster recovery needs. The base database system comes with a full lifecycle management amount of automation tools that allow you to easily be able to accomplish your day-to-day tasks, such as increasing or decreasing your CPU, increasing your storage, deploying new container databases, new pluggable databases, enabling DataGuard. And at the end, it comes with the ability to pay for just what you use, a very cost-effective solution, as we'll discuss further, that allows you to spin up just the resources you need, apply just the license type you need, keeping your cost model in line with your business needs.
Oh, this is a good one. So did you know that you can query your data from multiple data models from a single SQL query?
Now, that is a great question. We've all seen the new data models that are being put out there as being new, but the reality is, Oracle has had these data models as part of its database structure for many, many years. Oracle supports things like JSON, graphs, spatial databases, right? Along with the relational database. These are all pre-integrated to the point where I can actually write a SQL query to get any data out of any data model and return that back to my customer. So instead of spending time moving data and integrating data and worrying about its security, all that work is already done in the Oracle database and available for you so that you can run any workload and get the most productivity out of your developers, architects, and your data scientists.
Oh, how about this? So did you know that you can use your standard or enterprise edition licensing?
That's another good item. As we're talking about cost and we're talking about scale, being able to use standard edition licensing means that you can bring that license that enables you to deploy a very cost competitive database for that small workload that fits that profile. And when you need a bigger, more heavyweight solution, you can use the appropriate enterprise edition licensing.
And did you know that the base database service offers both license included and bring your own license models?
That's a great clarification question. We are able to offer 4 distinct license included models, which we'll look at, along with your ability to bring your license. So as we look at the bottom right, you can see that your standard edition database gives you transparent data encryption. It gives you multi-tenant with 3 PDBs, access to machine learning, spatial, and graph. Well, your TDE is available across all of these layers, and they are cumulative. So as you move your way around the board, you can see that with Enterprise Edition, you pick up DataGuard, you pick up real application testing, data masking, so that you're protecting sensitive data, along with the tuning and diagnostic packs. And then on the upper right side, you have your Enterprise Edition High Performance. This is where you pick up features and functions like partitioning and the expanded multi-tenant that gives you the ability to host up to 4,000 PDBs in a single container, along with things like advanced compression and advanced security and database vaults. And ultimately, when we get to Exadata, you'll notice that the Exadata platform runs on what's called the Enterprise Edition Extreme Performance, which includes all of the database features that we've covered in the other tiers, along with database in memory, active data guard, real application cluster, and application continuity. So in our base DB system, we are able to pick the level of licensing that best meets our needs, minimizing our costs. And again, if we have these licenses already, we can bring those licenses with us to the cloud. And no matter which edition of the software that we run, all of our databases will use TDE, ensuring that your data is always safe.
And okay. Yeah, so did you know the base database service offers user-controlled automated DB lifecycle operations?
Thanks for that one. Yeah, when we think of the cloud, right, it's about automation. It's about streamlining things and being able to achieve that excellence in performance. Right, automated cloud operations, they allow the IT teams to avoid configuration and maintenance errors with automated database lifecycle management capabilities that reduce the database administrator workloads and speed deployments. The automations, they're very good for removing time-consuming tasks related to things like initial provisioning, maintenance activities, which allows the DBAs to focus on applications tasks that help to provide added value to the line of business users, right? So you can see here in our diagram that everything from provisioning to scaling, patching, deploying HA functions, whether it's rack or it's data guard, or it's setting up things like automatic backups for use in the recovery, setting up, whether it's local HA or DR, again, or, just simply benefiting from the built-in end-to-end security that is there from the firmware all the way out to the edge.
And did you know that you can create a VM DB system with just one OCPU or two vCPUs?
This is an extremely cool thing. No longer do you have to worry about Oracle being costly, right? You're in full control of exactly how many OCPUs you will spin up. The Oracle-based database system is based on a VM. We have rolled out the Flex VM DB system that allows you to increment by one OCPU at a time. I'll show you what that looks like here a little bit in our conversation. So we can scale our CPUs, we can scale our storage, and at the end of the day, we're billed per second billing for just what we need, and we have access up to 80 terabytes of storage.
And did you know that base database service offers pay-per-use model?
Yeah, has a little bit to do with what we were just talking about, right? Being able to use the Flex Database VM to scale to just the OCPUs you need. In the Cloud Database Console, if you were to go to your base database system and click on Change Shape, you'd get a screen that looks like this here, where you're able to configure the OCPUs you want. On this diagram on the screen, what we're illustrating is that let's assume that you started with a configuration that had one OCPU, right? This would entitle you to 16 gigabytes of memory, 1 gigabit of network bandwidth. If you then move to the bottom right diagram, you'll see that we simply move our slider to the desired number of OCPUs. For this example, we moved it from 1 to 2. So you can see that we now have 32 gigs of memory. So twice the amount of memory, twice the amount of network bandwidth. So your memory and your network bandwidth are correspondingly incrementing as you increase the number of OCPUs. As we noted there, each OCPU is equivalent to 2 vCPUs. So if you're doing any comparisons between the Oracle capabilities and other providers, just remember to use vCPUs as the metric, as that is what the most of the other systems use.
Oh, how about this? So did you know that base database service offers single instance and a two-node rack deployments?
Yeah, we mentioned this just a little bit ago, but it's worth repeating. When you look for Oracle on other platforms, some of the limitations are that they're available as single instance only. When you run Oracle on the Oracle Cloud, you have full access to not just the Oracle database, but all of the infrastructure capabilities, which also includes two-node rack deployments. Okay, the configurations of the VMDB systems look similar to exactly what we talked about with a single instance VM, where you can go from 2 to 128 vCPUs, and you have access to a terabyte of memory on each VM. But with the case of rack, you would get 2 of those, where they would give you access still to the 80 terabytes of usable storage.
Yep. And did you know that the base database service offers data guard and active data guard for HA and DR?
Another excellent question. As you're building out your solutions may need HA, right? So with rack, that's one level of HA within a cluster that you can provide to your solution. With data guard, you're able to build a local standby within your region, or you are able to build a DR across regions as well.
Hey Eddie, there's a question in the Q&A. Like,
Yes.
what's the difference between data guard and active data guard?
Awesome question. So active data guard allows you to read from your standby database, whereas data guard is actually closed in recovery mode. So you're not actually able to read from it while it's in data guard mode. So as we talked about our licensing models, many of our actual cloud deployments with license included give you the access to active data guard. But if you're doing BYOL and you don't happen to have an active data guard license, you still can enable your HA and DR solutions using data guard, as that's included with your enterprise edition.
Yeah, so meaning with active data guard, they can even offload some of their read-only activities to their standby database, right?
Absolutely. Continue to get even more value out of that architecture. Great question.
Okay. And so did you know that base database service deploys defense in-depth controls throughout the stack?
Well, this is a very important thing. Oracle takes security very serious, and we don't just focus on database security. It's security at all layers, right? So we take the defense in depth posture, making sure that the data is secure, making sure that our compute and their in-network interfaces are secure, and that the touch points between and across the networks are secure. So our data is moving in encrypted tunnels between the layers. That we are constantly scanning our infrastructure for vulnerabilities and automating the infrastructure patching. And that's one of the great values of being in the cloud, right? Oracle is responsible for maintaining the infrastructure, while in a VMDB system, the customers are responsible for things above the hypervisor. So we're ensuring that you have security at all layers across the tenancy.
Okay, how about this one? Did you know that base database service includes TDE and data safe at no additional cost?
Many folks do not realize that these are free, right? On premise, it's true that this is TDE, transparent data encryption, something you need to pay for. But in the cloud, right, security is first, as we were just discussing. So it's included. And even fewer customers are aware that data safe is also provided for you, so that you can have control of the security that's going on. It's available for all of your databases, cloud and on-premise, right? It allows a unified set of essential security services for your database, detecting insecure configurations, monitoring configuration drift, which is a big one that people always wants to know, right? Is my production in sync with my QA or my dev, right? Making sure that you haven't fixed a security hole in one environment and not in another. Have I identified high-risk database users, maybe users that have privileges that shouldn't be assigned or privileges that aren't being used? Being able to manage the database audit settings, analyze the audit data for reporting and alerting, scanning databases for sensitive data, right? This is another great use. So not only can it scan the data, but then it can help you to mask that sensitive data. Maybe you cloned a database for test or development reasons, and you forgot some of your sensitive data. This is a tool that can help you to find that data, mask that data. It's easy to implement. It requires no special security expertise. The GUI menu that's associated to it steps you right through what you need to do. So another great tool to add to your portfolio to ensure that your environments remain as safe and secure as possible. In closing out the discussion on the base database service, hopefully you walk away just feeling that this is an extremely affordable solution, right? You pay for only the features you need, leveraging one of the 4 tiers of software included licensing model, or leveraging your BYOL, bring your own license, right? The CPUs that we use, we talked about the fact that it's pay per use, per second billing. It helps to reduce the total cost with flexible storage choices. You no longer are fixed or locked into fixed shapes. You don't have to choose, 8, 16, 32 type of OCPU shapes. If you need one OCPU, you leverage one. If you need 3, you leverage 3. So you decide how many OCPUs you need live, and that's what you are built for. The environment eliminates hidden charges. It has built-in development security tools, as we talked about, to make it not only affordable, but secure as well. So now we'll turn our discussion to our other database service, which is the Oracle Exadata Database Service. So did you know that Exadata Database Service supports multiple deployment models?
That's a good one. And yes, so that's one of the greatest differentiators of Exadata. So it's 100% compatible, and we give you the flexibility. So meaning we give you the ease, the choice, and control. So you have the option to choose your deployment, acquisition, and management models based on the specific workload requirements and based on your IT direction. So you can run the Exadata on premises. So with a traditional CAPEX deployment, where you own and manage the complete system and have total flexibility as how you will manage it. Then you can also run your Exadata on Exadata Database Service on dedicated infrastructure in the public cloud, where Oracle manages the infrastructure and you have all the automation tools to simplify your management tasks. And you can leverage on the pay-for-use subscription model that can help you dramatically reduce your cost. And we also understand that you might have requirements that do not allow you to move your data to the public cloud. So we have also developed and offer the Exadata Database Service on Cloud@Customer, which allows you to experience all the benefits of a cloud deployment while keeping all your data safely inside your data center behind your firewall. So there are good examples, like some customers wanted to mix this models in innovative ways for them to create a hybrid cloud. So one good example is that there are There are customers that are using Exadata database service on Cloud Customer in their data center to run their production workload, and then use Exadata database service on dedicated infrastructure in the public cloud to run their DR environment.
Did you know that the Exadata database service offers a fully managed option?
Yes, so there are two database services that you can run in Exadata in the cloud. So they are the Exadata database service and autonomous database. So the main difference between the two services is the management model of the service. So we have the co-manage, in which most control over your cloud database service. So we offer the Exadata database service, which is a service jointly managed by you and Oracle. So it's a co-manage. Now, if you want to have a fully managed, you can also choose to run autonomous database on Exadata in the cloud, where the database is self-managing and Oracle manages the infrastructure. So both services are available either in the public cloud with Exadata database service on dedicated infrastructure, and also on-premise with Exadata database service on Cloud Customer.
Did you know that the Exadata database service provides industry-leading performance for all TP workloads? It also provides deep performance for analytics capabilities. And did you also know that the Exadata database service, Exadata database service supports the mixing of workload types? Did you also know that you only need to run your Exadata database service in the public cloud for 48 hours?
Okay, so first thing, your Exadata database service on dedicated infrastructure, which runs on the Exadata cloud infrastructure in public cloud. So that's previously known as your Exadata cloud service. So you get all the power and functionality of Oracle database plus the Exadata platform. So it is dedicated to you, but still it provides you all the cloud benefits of Oracle, managing the infrastructure, extensive cloud automation with the cloud tooling tools, and pay-per-use cloud economics. Then you can also choose whether you want to purchase a license included, or this is your license as a service, or bring your own license. And the Exadata database is 100% compatible with your existing applications running the Oracle database, which will make it simple and easy for you to move your Oracle database workloads to the Exadatabase service. Then with the Exadatabase service, so Oracle Cloud Operations manages the infrastructure, which includes the hardware, physical database compute and storage servers, and any internal networking. So you only need to manage the database, virtual machines, and the database instances running on those VMs. But you don't need to worry, because we have simplified the management as we provide you with all those automation and cloud tooling for you to initiate lifecycle operations like provisioning, updates, backups, and many more. So you only need to, so you can use the UI console or programmatically run it through APIs. So you only need to license the cores of your VMs that you are using, and then you can scale those VMs. You can scale up and scale down online anytime, as you only need to pay for the resource that you require.
So, Leo, quick question. So if I needed a development environment to do a prototype, are we saying that I would have access to the full Exadata experience? I could just run it for 48 hours and then my commitment's done, that's it?
Yes, so there's virtually no financial commitment to your deployment. So you can run it on a short minimum 48-hour term, and you have your whole Exadata database service in the cloud.
Wow, this really is a game changer. No need to go beg for an extreme amount of capital dollars to invest for years and years. We can literally run our solution across a few hours and get the answer we need and move on. Awesome.
Yep.
Thanks for sharing that. Did you know that you can run the Exadata database service behind your firewall?
Yes. So we realized that while public cloud works well with many customers, but not everyone can move their workloads to the public cloud. So it could be due to several reasons. So it could be due to regulations or policies that require that your data remains under your control in your data center, or it could be a challenge when it comes to the latency between the database and the application. So this is more of having a scenario in which you have lots of interdependencies and interconnection with your application on-prem, and that your application needs to remain on-premise, and that your database also needs to remain on-premise. So for this reasons, so we as Oracle, so we were able to meet you where you're at in your cloud journey and let you run the cloud in your data center with the Exadata database service on Cloud Customer. So your Exadata database service on Cloud Customer, so it's the same Exadata database service available in the public cloud. So it provides you with the same experience. It provides you with the same management model, cloud tooling, cloud automation, and APIs, and also gives you a flexible subscription based economics. So with Exadata database service on Cloud Customer, so you can easily combine a cloud database service with your existing on-premise application and infrastructure without the disruption of needing for you to migrate to a public cloud data center. So with Exadata database service and Cloud Customer, so databases are provisioned and subscribed to as a service. So Oracle, we manage the Exadata infrastructure, but you have the control plane that is deployed on your chosen OCI region for us to provide the best performance when you plan to leverage other cloud services. So your Exadata database service on Cloud Customer, so it provides you with a consistent cloud experience equivalent to the public cloud. So again, it has public cloud UI and API driven database provisioning and management. So it also has the same financial model as your public cloud. So just need to subscribe to infrastructure and compute cores, and allows also you to do the pay-per-use model. So it also brings you the efficiency when it comes to cloud adoption strategies. Like it allows you to leverage on your existing data center investment, as well as to allow you to keep your data next to your application, and allows you to maintain your existing data security and data residency compliance.
Did you know that the Exadata database service also allows you to simplify cloud management, as Oracle manages all of the infrastructure?
Yes, so regardless of the deployment model, the Exadata database service has the same simple management model. So Oracle manages the infrastructure up to the hypervisor, and the customer manages the VM and database software, leveraging the ready cloud tooling for cloud automation, either from the UI or through API. And then Exadata database service, you can take advantage of the choice of OCI management interface. So, of course, the easiest way to use is through the web browser console or the UI. So this is good for one-time action or ad hoc uh, task. And then anything that you can do with the browser or the UI, you can also do it with the corresponding REST API. So similar to the browser. So your REST APIs transit the internet via the HTTPS and require no special software installed on your local system. Then all of the interfaces are exposed via a command line interface or CLIs. So you can also use the CLIs for scripting or building custom tooling. Now, if you prefer to programmatically manage, or if you want to automate and codify using the infrastructure as a code, then there's also a support for Terraform interface, and you can easily integrate it with Ansible if you want to automate deployments. Then we also have the set of software development kits or SDKs to help integrate Oracle Cloud Infrastructure Services with common languages such as Java, Python, Ruby, and Go.
Hey, Leo, there's a question around Terraform. The question is, are we able to establish our standards by creating custom images for our applications and databases?
Yes. So yeah, thank you for that question. So the answer is yes. So aside from automation, so you can bring both automation with governance. So what do I mean by that is that when you automate, you can also make leverage on creating custom database software image for you to standardize your deployments. And this can be easily done through ready OCI tools like Resource Manager for you to easily generate a baseline Terraform config, and then you can customize and parameterize, like if you want to use a custom database software image for deploying your databases on a standardized format.
Thank you very much for that. Did you know that the Exadata database service includes DataGuard and Active DataGuard so that you can deploy HA and DR solutions?
Yes, so to ensure the business continuity in the event of a disaster, or if you want to ensure that you implement a disaster recovery strategy. So you can use DataGuard, which is a key database feature that provides real-time disaster protection. So should you lose your primary database or data center, so you can easily fail over your workloads to your standby site maintained automatically by DataGuard. And using DataGuard with Exadata database service, so you can choose between asynchronous or synchronous transport based on your recovery time or recovery point objective on your business requirements. Then setting up DataGuard in your Exadata database service. So we make it simple as in the console, so you can just simply enable DataGuard to support your standby or disaster recovery needs with a single API call or mouse click in the UI using the cloud automation. So the DataGuard association, so we provide also cloud automation functions related to DataGuard, such as performing actions like doing a switch over from your primary database side to your DR side, or switching back to primary side. You can also perform failover, as well as reinstating your primary database after a failover. All right.
Did you know that the Exadata service offers a choice of license included and bring your own license BWL models?
Yes, so same as with your base database service. So you can choose either you go with the license included, which it includes all the features of Oracle Database Enterprise Edition, plus all the Oracle Database Enterprise Management packs, such as your diagnostics and tuning, as well as all the Oracle Database Enterprise Edition options. So this subscription model is ideal, especially if you don't have any existing Oracle database licenses, or you are seeking to new applications, or if you are seeking to use of Oracle database features beyond what you currently have or what you currently license to use. Now, on the other hand, your Bring Your Own license, or BYOL, is designed to minimize the cost when migrating to the cloud, and ideal for organizations that is moving their existing workload. So in a BYOL model, customers can deploy their existing Oracle Database Enterprise Edition and database option licenses on Exadata database service. So when you bring your Oracle Database Enterprise Edition license entitlement to Exadata database service, so you're also granted the right to use the transparent data encryption, diagnostics and tuning pack, data masking, subsetting pack, and the real application testing.
That's awesome. I think the last thing I'd add there is with bring your own licenses, right? You're actually allowed to be rewarded for being a cloud customer and having that investment. So the cloud rewards program is available for you to be able to save on existing software support. So not only is it give you a lower rate card, but you're actually can further save against your existing support by using your existing licenses in the cloud. Did you know that the Exadata database service provides all of the database options when licensed with license included model?
Yes, so your Exadata database service, it provides you the ability to leverage all Oracle database innovations along with Exadata database machine innovations across all of its deployment models. So on the left, so you'll see here, these are all the key features included on your Exadata database service. So all database options, such as your multi-tenant, Oracle Rack, partitioning, Active Data Guard, and others. Then at the right, these are all the Exadata innovations available within the Exadata database service platform. So including all the recent additions like the memory and data accelerators. You also have your Rocky, or your the Rocky fabric, as well as that your Exadata database service. You can use it with the license included, OCPU licensing model, and then it includes all the key capabilities and innovation in a single cloud platform. And I also wanted to comment, like I see like a question before, do you know, like if you can offload it to your storage? Yes, you can also take advantage of all these Exadata machine innovations, such as your smart flash cache, storage indexes, hybrid columnar compression, and IO resource management.
Alil, my favorite question that I get
Mhm.
is, I'll get someone that says, hey, can I build my own Exadata? And we always, tell them, well, you can have a creation that you have that hosts the best of breed infrastructure. But what you can't do is provide the Exadata storage software, which is
Yes.
what really differentiates Exadata, right? So it's being able to answer to their bosses, what's different about Exadata, right? It's not the iron, it's all of these innovations. It's the smart software that allows us to not do IO that's not required, to not transfer data that's not required, right? It's by having that smart storage that allows us to work smarter and more efficient instead of trying to use brute speed, right? You can be slower, but yet faster if you're smart and wise. That also allows you to save money. And what we see in the field is that people launch their implementations and they will try many new features that maybe they couldn't afford on premise. The license included model really opens the kimono so that they can build a more complex, a more feature rich application, while also benefiting from the improved efficiency gains out of the Exadata storage items. One of that jumps up is the IO resource management, right?
Yes.
Consolidation is something that often is done on the platform. Being able to leverage IO resource manager, which is a unique Exadata feature, allows us to mix OLTP and data warehousing solutions together. Where if you were to do that same kind of consolidation on just best of breed infrastructure, you would end up with data warehousing queries stomping all over your OLTP performance, which isn't good. So the Exadata database platform is intelligent to the point where you can run multiple types of workload at the same time on the same infrastructure. That way, you can maximize true value and get the deepest consolidation levels.
Yes.
Let's see if there's any other questions that we want to address. We've been addressing them as we've been going along. Any questions that you see that we haven't addressed, or any additional comments that you'd like to make?
Okay, let me see. Oh, there's a question, Eddie. Like, what is HCC? What would they benefit? What would they benefit from HCC? Or yeah.
I love the question. So I'll plug us in. We'll show you and connect you to our Slack channel. We've had a pretty in-depth conversation about hybrid columnar compression. When you build your Exadata database solution, whether it's on-premise or in the public cloud or on cloud at customer, hybrid columnar compression is a feature that you get for free. It is a great compression technique that allows you to read the data in its compressed state. It's best suited for data that is fairly static in nature or archival in nature, whereas advanced compression is used for data partitions or data blocks that are hot in lots of updates and deletes in nature. So what the kind of stories and successes that you can get out of it is, if you're in a data warehousing environment and let's say you take a 50 terabyte table and you compress it with ACC query high, you can get potentially 10x compression. So now instead of having a 50 terabyte table, you have a 5 terabyte table. Well, not only did you save storage, but when you go to back up that 50 terabyte table, now you've actually cut down the database time because you're only backing up 5 terabytes. But what about when you need to use it in your analytics queries? Well, in that scenario as well, your queries will feel 10 times faster. Why? Because they're only reading 5 terabytes of data. You don't have to uncompress the data to read it. And if you have to move data around between the nodes, the data stays compressed in transit and in memory. So that means that you get better performance and better utilization of your entire stack, from the memory to the flash cache, all the way to the network and the storage that's involved. So HCC is a very efficient item. Usually people think of compression for storage savings, but this is has a great benefit side effect of also improving performance.
Yeah.
So great question.
Okay. So maybe we can move on where they can find more resources. Yeah. So again, we have our public Slack workspace. It's Exadata database service. So we are publishing and uploading all our get started guides for both Exadata database service on dedicated and on cloud at customers. So we were also posting there how to demos and gifs and videos, and we're also updating there the new technical feature blogs, also those upcoming tech talk series that we will be doing. So you can also find additional collaterals from oracle.com/database and oracle.com/exadata. And yeah, we're inviting everyone to join us with a discussion all about the cloud database services. So for you to join our Slack, so here's the join link, or you can also scan it from the QR code. And yeah, it's just quick, easy 4 steps how to join. So you just need to click on the join link, log in your email, your account to your Slack, and then you need to check your email for you to configure your 2FA, and then that's it. So welcome to our workspace.
I look forward to seeing you guys all on our Slack channel and on our next Tech Talk. Again, I'm Eddie Ambler.
And I'm Leo Alvarado.
It's been a pleasure.